Hello and welcome back to your IELTS review video. In episode 11 today we are talking about borrowing and lending things, so let's get started. A simple question that you could be asked to start this topic is, have you ever borrowed books from others? Your basic answer would be like, yes, I have borrowed books from friends for my school project. Or you could say, certainly I've borrowed books from my classmates and colleagues to gain deeper understanding of certain subjects. Now, you can go even further by being specific. Instead of saying just certain subjects, you could talk about to gain understanding of advanced mathematics, biochemistry, whatever subject that you feel comfortable talking about. Another question you could be asked is, have you ever borrowed money from others? No, I haven't borrowed money from anyone yet. Or an intermediate level question, thankfully, I've managed my finances well so far and haven't had to borrow money from others. Question 3, we talk about, how do you feel when people don't return things they borrowed from you? Your simple answer would be, it makes me a bit upset when people forget to return things they borrowed from me. Or you could say, it can be a little frustrating when people don't return things they borrowed, as I value responsible behaviour. Question 4 could be, do you like to lend things to others? Yes, I like helping others, so I'm fine with lending things when they ask. Or you can say, I'm open to lending things to others as long as they take care of the items and return them in good condition. There are only a few questions in today's episode, so we're going to get straight on to the reading passage. This is to help you gain a better understanding of the topic as it comes up, and perhaps draw inspiration with your own answers. Now for this, I'm going to look slightly to the side as I come up with the whole passage. Let's get started. Borrowing is a practice deeply embedded in human culture. Borrowing books exposes us to diverse perspectives and nurtures our thirst for knowledge and empathy. It's not just about the book, it's about sharing ideas, sparking conversation, and expanding horizons. Borrowing bridges gaps and fosters connections. Lending is an act of generosity and trust. It demonstrates our willingness to support others. It involves not just the item, but also the confidence in the recipient's ability to handle it responsibly. It symbolizes solidarity and goodwill. Borrowing shows grateful for the generosity extended to them. Lenders experience a sense of fulfillment from helping others. Treating borrowed items with care and returning them promptly is important, as emotions can shift when items are not returned or borrowers are not conscientious. Borrowing and lending teaches essential life skills. Borrowers learn to respect others' belongings and manage their responsibilities. Lenders cultivate trust in their relationships and understand the value of sharing without expecting anything in return. These practices foster a sense of community and cooperation. Lenders should establish clear expectations, express trust, and be open to offering assistance. Effective borrowing and lending require open communication and understanding. Borrowers should express gratitude, communicate their intentions, and ensure prompt return of items. Communication and respect strengthen bonds and reduce misunderstandings. Right, so that's the reading passage done. Next, I have a vast amount of vocabulary and expressions that you can use to enhance your everyday conversation as well, and I hope your IELTS speaking as well. So the first one, interconnected. This is your connections between two parts or elements. Bonds. You can have close connections or relationship between people. Bonds and interconnected are both very similar in terms. Interconnected could be about subjects, but bonds could be about human nature and people. Responsibility, empathy, understanding someone else's feelings. Array, a wide array of things. Thirst for knowledge, conversations, horizons, generosity, solidarity, goodwill, fulfillment, conscientious, nuances, fabric of social norms, cooperation, etiquette, misunderstandings, harmonious, bridge gaps, foster connections, spark conversations, expand horizons, symbolize solidarity, cultivate trust, take for granted, underline significance, fabric of society, intricate web of relationships, balancing act, open communication, shared experiences, contribute to, harmonious society. Now we've dealt with all of those words, let's get started with the paraphrasing. Now, as always, there are 3 exercises for you: paraphrasing questions, statements, descriptions. As always, I'll leave you be for the last one by yourself. So, paraphrasing questions. A simple question: have you ever borrowed books from others? Question 1, if you remember. Have you ever taken books on loan from someone else? To paraphrase, you really do not need to change too much. Just a few simple words here and there can keep the meaning and put it in your own words. How do you feel when people don't return things they borrow from you? What are your emotions when individuals fail to give back items they borrow from you? Or do you like to lend things to others? Are you inclined to share your possessions with other individuals? Paraphrasing statements. Borrowing helps in establishing connections and fostering empathy. Engaging in borrowing contributes to building bonds and cultivating understanding. Lending reflects generosity and trust in relationships. It can be said as when you lend something, you are demonstrating goodwill and confidence in your connections. Borrowers should communicate their intentions and return items in good condition. It's crucial for those who borrow to express their purpose and give them back items in a well-maintained state. And then you have your paraphrasing descriptions. I wish you good luck in that exercise. As always, thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.